Thank you very much for that, Matt. I knew you'd be an hard act to follow, and basically I couldn't follow a word of it. I'll now pass you over to Chris to say a few words. You need to make the most of this, mate. You're a married man now, and it'll be the last time you get to speak for 3 minutes without being told. So, there you go, mate.
Right. I'm not very good at speeches, so you have to bear with me. I just want to say thank you to Matthew for welcoming me into his family and those kind words that he gave. Matthew gave me some married advice over the last few weeks that fell a little flat. The first piece was, have you signed a prenup, Chris? It's a really bad idea. The second, while we're on stag, was, you do know, Chris, when you get married, women let themselves go after you get married. Why would you want to do something like that? And I had to remind him I was marrying his sister. He said it still applied. I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining us here at Hodstock and for all your kind words, gifts and cards. Mine's actually the easiest of the three speeches, because I don't have to make you laugh. I've just got to say something nice about Emma, do all the thank yous, and I can sit down and then be able to pour, so you bear with me. I'd like to thank my new mother-in-law, June, and also Bob, for all their help and support over the last 2 years in preparing and planning what sometimes seemed like a bit of a military campaign to get us stay together. I know Emma would like to thank Bob in particular for getting her this beautiful address, and I know everyone must think she looks absolutely stunning. I know I do. Bob actually made a very wise decision. He decided to stay in a hotel last night. He knew it was going to be absolute chaos in the Haywood house, and I'm guessing it was. Was it not too bad?
Away from Matt, with it.
Matt stayed upstairs.
I'd like to thank my own parents for bringing me up, for all their help and support through life, both helping me and supporting me through university and buying an house or two, and also with the wedding. My mum and dad have been married for 40 years now. 40 plus, how many years? 42 years. So, they've been married for a lot of years, and if me and Emma can have half as good a marriage as theirs, and last at least as half as long, then we'll be very happy. My dad hasn't given me any marital advice. He has, however, given me socks. So I'm currently wearing those. My socks apparently had a hole in the toe. But I don't see how you can see it. I'm not going to take my shoes off to have a dance. But apparently you can't have holy socks in a holy place. So I'm wearing socks. I'd also like to thank my little boy Charlie, who was ring bearer. We did have to bribe him. So he has got a new video game coming for his new Super Mario Brothers. We also, I mean, that was a carrot, so the stick was, we told him the fat controller was watching him. He got a little bit confused because he saw Matthew and thought he'd actually Alright, I'd like to thank the lads for the stag do. And most of them are sat over there. So there's Matthew and Paul who turned up, and there was Jason and Chris over there, and one sadly absent friend. It was a civilised holiday. We played a lot of backgammon, had a few cigars, spoke about issues of the day. The reality was, and I'll list out the highlights, and hopefully Matthew won't mind that I listed. There weren't any strippers, despite you trying. Because luckily, Matthew had arranged some strippers, and the only thing he said to him was, "Don't break the skin and don't penetrate," and that was it. I didn't But luckily, a very good friend, Jason over there, let us know. It's easy to get into them places, but they don't let you out without some sort of exit tax, and that it would probably cost us all the euros we had left between us. So I got out that one. So the highlights, as copied from Matthew's Facebook page: lift music, stinky heads, Inspector George Warlock, the mainframe. When I say the mainframe, this was actually a dismantled fridge. Matthew had dismantled the fridge and slept with it under his pillow for comfort. Right. Back sweat, not to be confused with back sweat, it is actually bat sweat. Bare bums, toilet habits, absinthe, not going out, economic use of clothes, that's definitely Matthew, Batso's breakfast, and one crazy taxi ride. Taxi for 5, and we had 6 of us in there. No speedo, all the warning lights were on the dashboard, the mirror was hanging off, the window was falling off, and I had like part of the armrest up my arse. I'd thank Angela, not for putting up with Matthew, but Angela did us a kind honour of doing some choreography for our first dance, and she got all the students to do it, and she filmed it, and unfortunately me and Emma, being not that well prepared, didn't start practicing until Sunday. But we thought if we practice it every night we'll be alright, and then it just never happened because it took so long for Emma to do all these nameplates and order of services and things like that. It was an impressive dance. You know, if you can picture it, I'm picking up Emma, I'm spinning around. it very much sort of akin to how Patrick Swayze she was at last. Unfortunately, it's just going to be bog standard dance. Okay, right. So my beautiful bride. First thing is, I know you're keen because you turned up on time, which is the first time I've ever seen you turn up on time. It is, I need to drink.
Is it not shocking?
Mine and Emma's path crossed many times before we got together. The first time I met Emma was at her mother's house. I think it was her 18th birthday party, and Matthew had taken pity on me and invited me. Emma didn't know. I weren't invited. I wasn't officially invited, but Matthew invited me, as he does. I'm surprised he's not invited anyone to this. And Emma was wearing a bunny outfit. Which left an impression. Can you not remember, Matthew?
I don't really know about this.
There's a picture like that.
That's very Bridget Jones.
Yes, so Emma was wearing a very nice bunny outfit. She still has it, but she won't wear it for me. Not even Easter. So it was another few years before we started courting. I know you don't like that word, Emma, but I'm quite keen on it. It's nice you go, it's like when your parents say, are you courting yet? Paul, are you courting
No.
yet?
Are you sure?
Emma, sure.
Love blossomed, and Emma did me the honour of accepting my proposal. We got engaged in Paris under the Eiffel Tower, which should explain some of the table numbers you see in the table plan. We've also got that Paris theme. I know that Emma's going to make a wonderful wife. I'm particularly looking forward to when I come home from a hard day at work, slaving over
When was that?
discs and
A
tapes
mainframe.
and SMS and that kind of rubbish.
Only
I'm-
Jason understands.
Yeah, that's a joke. She's going to be slaving over hot stove, making me her specialities of crackers and cheese, or crisps and dips. I'm going to have to read this almost verbatim now, so I'll never remember it. Emma, you are a beautiful bride, and I know that you're just as beautiful on the inside. I'm so happy that you agreed to be my wife and share the rest of your life with me. And I'm very grateful for how hard you have worked to make this day so special for both of us. And to be fair, Emma has done most of the work. I've kind of taken a back seat. Just signed the checks. Now that I'm proud to call you my wife, I want you to know how much I appreciate your love, affection, and most of all your friendship. I just want to say in front of all our family and friends how much you mean to me and how much I love you. So please join me in a toast to the new Mrs. Cadziola. To the new Mrs. Cadziola. Alright, it's not quite finished yet, but you can see it. Only like 2 more. Right. I'd now like to say thank you to the beautiful bridesmaid, Kaylee. For any single guys in the room, Kaylee is single and available. We're looking for another couple of things to take things with. Any single friends, you've gone now, sorry. I know Kaylee has been a great support to Emma during the wedding planning, from hen do's, hair appointments, dress fittings, shoulder cry on. Kaylee's always been there for Emma, and I'm very grateful and thankful to her for that. So, another toast, I'm afraid. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to please ask you to raise your glasses again as I give you the bridesmaid. The bridesmaid. We're almost there. Almost. Right, we've got some gifts to give out now.
PlayStation.
We're wasting on you.
The mainframe. Parts of a fridge.
I don't know if there's a particular order. Do you want me to do it? Okay then. Let me have a look what I've got.
Last piece of push.
Okay, so the best man, thank you very much. Yeah.
It's an after 8.
For my new brother-in-law. That's for life, isn't it?
Why have you got phone charger on your phone?
Consider the sort of goodies. Thank you very much. I've got some flowers. So for the mother of the bride and mother of the groom, we have a bouquet of flowers. Thank you. There you go, Jane. So, oh no, is that? Let's do the both. Oh, they're supposed to say mum all right. There you go, mum.
Don't have to go, don't worry. Take it down now.
Right, thank you. You're welcome. Right. Last paragraph. Right. Finally, I'd like to thank my best man, Paul, for all his help and support in this wedding. For turning up to the stag do. He's always been there for me over the years if the boiler's broken down. If for some reason I can't turn off my gas fire.
Then I'll do it.
I'll thank on behalf of Google for Paul for their invaluable help in writing his speech. I'm not quite sure what people did before Google, because I had to Google what exactly I'm supposed to do. In fact, I was Googling what finger I was supposed to put the ring on this morning. And in defence of any anecdotes or stories about my misbehaviour in the past, Paul led me astray. Thank you very much.